Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Doug here, and we're getting ready to play episode 2 of Slaughterville for our October game playthroughs. So I was actually looking for a game that actually had a fall theme that I had in my collection. I really couldn't find anything suitable, so I'm sticking with Halloween. That's the way it's going to go. And so this is a horror-based game for 1 to 6 players where you're taking on the role of characters visiting Slaughterville, trying to stop a villain from enacting whatever evil and nefarious plan that they're trying to accomplish. If you are not caught up, please pop back to the previous video where we start the gameplay, introduce our characters, and have some fun story moments. And we're about to do that again. I'm not going to waste any time since we got a lot of gameplay to cover. And again, this is using the base game of original Slaughterville, not the Director's Cut Edition or Slaughterville 2. It's just the game. Base game, and it's a lot of fun. So let's get to it. Now, in the last game, we ended off with our final girl, Lori. She's about to take her turn, so let's get going with her. She is our yellow token player, and she's currently at the general store. She's got 2 actions. Let's see what she's going to do. Well, perhaps we're being stubborn, but I keep trying to get great items out of the general store. Now, Lori did get an ally, a cat that's helpful to her, but not in combat. And we really need to get some combat items going, and I'm not sure where to locate them. So I think she's going to start her turn right here. I'm not going to worry about the special ability because we don't want anything out of here. I'm not worried about that. We're just going to draw a card and see what she gets. Oh, finally! In the hardware section rests this mammoth of damage and destruction. You pick it up and feel safer just for having it. Sorry, the text is small, so it takes me a little bit to read it. Attach the sledgehammer, gain +2 combat, and you may re-roll up to 2 combat dice. Sledgehammer counts as 2 equipped items. Oh, okay. Well, that means she won't have a ton of items, but that's okay. She's got a sledgehammer. I will take it. Lori is busting out with a sledgehammer. Well, we could move or we could stay there and do that again. I got to remind myself of the equipment limit. I think there is a limit on how many items that a character may have. They are unique, and let's see. Trying to see if it's. I'll find it in just a sec. I just want to make sure I can get her another item before I bother to try and pull another one. That's right. You could have a ton of items stored on you, but you can only have 2 equipped. So this sledgehammer, being a pretty powerful combat item, counts as 2, which means if she did get another item, she could not equip it unless she wanted to give her the sledgehammer. Is it worth it, or is it better to move? Maybe we will go poke around the cabin with our librarian, Sydney. That might be a good way to go. Or we can try and draw again. Maybe, because I can trade, maybe I can get a good item. She's going to draw again. Go draw again and see what we get. Caution, wet floor. That's just wonderful. You are walking through the aisles, minding your own business after defeating zombies and finding sledgehammers. You do not notice the wet floor and you slip and fall. As you look around to ensure no one saw you fall, a floor scrubber armed with a sharp blade screams towards you. Oh man, we have to make an agility check. If we fail, we take a d6 damage. Let's go do that. Okay, so we have a 2 agility with our final girl, Lori. She's going to have to see if we can pull this off. We need a 5 or 6. We failed, so we're going to take a d6 of damage. Man, she has been brutalized with damage. Let's see what she gets. A 2, not so bad. So she took 2 damage from the falling blade thingamajigger. So there we are with 2 damage. And this card goes into the discard pile. We are done with Lori's turn. Now we're going to go on to our librarian, Sydney. She is currently at the cabins, and I think she's going to stay there. So here is Sydney, and this is Sydney's character card. She is a librarian. We don't have any clues. It's kind of insane that in all the rounds we've played so far, we haven't been able to get any clues, but we do have this Nazi coin, which gives us a bonus to our perception, as well as a medium, which gives us a bonus to our perception following us around. So we're going to stay here. We're going to draw another card from the cabin as our first action. The villain is not there, so we're okay. Take this one. Villain. Uh-oh. You and your partner are walking through the woods. Suddenly, the villain appears. Roll a d6. Okay, let's go do that. I don't know why we'd be strolling through the woods. We were expecting trouble. So let's see what we roll. We roll a 6. That's good. So what is a 6? I didn't read it. Choose another character. The character must make an agility check. If he or she succeeds, he or she gets away and your turn is over. If he or she fails, he or she must engage in a single round against a villain. Agility, huh? I think, man, it says, do we have to pick another player? Because the other players aren't that great at agility. So we have to succeed. Otherwise, well, maybe it wouldn't hurt for the hottie to have a fight. I mean, we've only got 2 dice. The odds of us doing damage to him right now are pretty low. I guess we can go with Final Girl. She's got a 2 agility. Let's do that. The only problem is she can only take 8 damage, and the villain could, in fact, kill her if we're not careful. But we do get 2 dice to try and make this agility test. Need a 5 or better. Oh, no. 2 1s. We are going to go into a battle with the villain. So we're going to have 2. This is why I picked her. So we're going to have 2, 4. We're going to have 4 attack dice. The villain is going to have 2, 4, 6. Uh-oh. Do I need to roll another die? There should be another die there somewhere. I guess not. Well, the villain gets 7 dice. So we're going to have to re-roll one of these. Let's see what the villain gets. Okay, well, we got 2 hits so far, and we'll re-roll 1 more die. 2 hits. That's all we get. We could actually do damage to the villain. Oh, man, that would be awesome. Let's see. Oh, and we bounced. So it was just 1 fight round, so we ended up no damage. We blocked all the damage, didn't take any either. That's probably the best case scenario here. But let's see what this says at the end here. Fight a single fight round against the villain. So we did that. Unfortunately, it yielded nothing, and it ends the librarian's turn according to that card. So we got 1 action at the cabin. And then we're going to go to Megan. Megan is our local hottie, obviously. And that's why I named her Megan. You can see who she resembles. And then we're going to go there. She is still at the hardware store, too. I don't know if she's going to give up on this hardware store or not. You know, she needs stuff, too. We're going to give it another try. So for her first action, she's going to... Oh, and there we have it. Event item. While exploring the empty store after hours, you find this weapon in the sporting goods section. You hear a noise all around you. Something is coming, and you must act fast. Will you smash the glass with your elbow to get this weapon? If you break the glass, take 1d3 damage, and then attach the shotgun to gain +2, and you may re-roll up to 2 dice. Oh, we're taking that. All right, we'll take the damage. She can take quite a bit of hits, but we're going to have to roll with d3 and see how many more she takes. Finally, some weapons, but this is our big metal d3. We're going to see 2. So she took 2 more damage. Okay, not the end of the world. She's at 4 of 9. That's not great, but we can get her healed up pretty soon. That was her first action of 2. I think for her second action, she is going to move from the hardware store up to the entrance of Slaughterville so she can get a break, maybe heal some of that damage from her, from breaking the glass and taking the shotgun and running off with it. But now we are also focused on the villain. It is now the villain's turn because the first player was Lori, and we have gone all the way around our characters. So let's see what the slasher is going to do now. Sleeping bag event. The slasher chooses an ally from any discard pile. I don't think there are any, but I'll look. And removes that ally from the game. If no locations have any allies, then nothing happens. I think nothing happens, but we're going to double check. We'll look at all the... There's only a couple discard piles that have stuff in them. Dark Tome, take this one. Nope, nobody there. Is there any allies? Express Lane, Mannequins, Ghost. Clean. Nope, no allies in the discard pile, so nothing happens. What a great turn with the villain. Okay, and then we got this. Now, why? Oh, I forgot to remind you why the slasher had 7 attack dice. Slasher has 6 base attack dice and also has this improvised weapon, which gives her +1 more. All right, so now we're going to move the first player token over to the librarian, Sydney, and she's going to go first. She is at the cabin, and I think we're going to keep her there for the moment. Frankly, I don't know the best place to get clues. Maybe this is not the place, but I'm going to do it anyway. So she's going to take her action here. Seance. Some of the campers decide to hold a seance because they heard someone died at the camp. You think that it would be a fun way to spend the evening and join them. Is there any fun way to spend the evening? But okay. The words begin to slowly build, then come to too fast for the campers to keep up with. Their hands fly off the board, but the words continue to come. Make a, oh, this is perfect. Make a perception check to decipher the message. If we succeed, we get a clue. Finally, able to get a clue in our hands, perhaps. Okay, we need to make a perception check. We got a base of 3. The coin gives us 1. The medium gives us 1. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and then 2 for our other things. We just need 1, 5, or 6. Did we do it? Oh, barely. Man, we're just squeaking that out, but we did do it. So this goes into the discard pile, and we get our first clue. Now, clues do a number of things in the game. In this scenario, we can use them to initiate fights with the villain, which is one of the key ways we beat the villain in the game. Okay. Another thing is we can activate our abilities with them. This one's quick study. We can reduce the attacks opponents by their perception. So right now, if I decided to attack the villain, which I can because I'm at the cabin with my second, even though I only have 2 combat dice, I would lower the villain down to 1 combat die. Is that worth doing? Because that would get rid of a card in the slasher's deck. Might be worth doing. I don't know. So we got to take our second action. What do I do? She has no damage. She only takes 6 though. Maybe we don't do that right away. Maybe we try and gather some other equipment or items. I think here's what we're going to do with her. She's going to step out of the cabin for the moment and move to the forest, just in case the villain shows up at the cabin. We don't want to be there at that moment. She's not the best fighter yet. And that's going to end her turn. So now we're going to go to Megan. Megan has gone to the entrance of Slaughterville to try and heal up some damage. And she gets to roll a d3 for every action she spends there. So we're going to roll a d3 for the first action, a 3. That's the only thing she needs. She's down to 1 damage there, so she's good. So for her second action, I think she's going to move to the cabin. If she can get a clue and get to the end, fight the villain there, she's got, well, right now she's got a 2, 3, 4 combat against 7. That's not great. We could still get more, and this does not require 2 hands, so she can get another item. Maybe we'll send her to the antique shop. She hasn't been there before. She wants to go antiquing on her way back into town. Why? I don't know. Anyway, that is her action, and then we're going to go to Lori. Lori's still at the general store, and I think she's going to spend 1 more round there trying to get some stuff. I think we've gone through some bad cards, so I'm hoping they remain pretty decent. A zombie stock clerk. Undead event. A shuffling sound causes you to turn around. A small horde of uniformly dressed undead is stalking towards you. Fight your way free. The zombie clerks are 4. Okay. Bummer is it doesn't do anything for us. So there's 4 dice. For her, she's got the hammer. Gives her +3, right? +2. I gotta look at that more closely. It's +2. So she's got a 4, and she gets to re-roll up to 2 dice from her pool. So that's really good. So she's going to have 2 for her base combat, 2 for the sledgehammer. So we're even, but we get to re-roll 2 of her combat dice. So that's really good. Let's see what we get here. We got 1 hit, so we won. Remember, it's a 1 combat round thing. So we beat the zombie horde. They got no hits on us, and they are kaput. So we have that was her first action at the hardware store. She might as well stay there and go again. I think that's the right thing to do. Let's see what she gets. Sale today. You love a good sale. Why does she look like not right? This is going to be bad. You love a good sale as much as the next person, so you decide to see if you can take a break from all of the horrors in Slaughterville by doing a little shopping. You find a sale, and you see a lady trying on dresses. She looks at you and asks what you think. You realize that you can see faces in the folds of the stitches, and the stitching is very coarse. She is wearing human skin. Oh my God, this is terrible. We don't want her to panic, but the good news is she does have a decent... not really. Okay, well, I guess we don't have a choice. I hope she doesn't panic. That'd be bad. Let's roll... Wait, Scylla does something for her on this, right? We get +1. So we got a 3, actually. A 3 because of her cat. And she also has another health, so she's at a 9 too. That's good, like Megan. But we're going to roll a nerve, and the cat gives her +1. So we are, okay, we got 3 dice, we need a 5. A 5, oh man, I thought we didn't make it, but we did. So she did not panic. And that general store event is gone. And that was both of her actions. Well, guess what? We're back around again. We've taken all the turns. Which means we are beholden to what the slasher does next. You can't hide. The slasher does 1d6 damage to all players in the player's starting area. No one. Oh, that is brilliant. So if we were hiding out in the player's starting area trying to heal, she would have attacked us quite vehemently and done some damage, but she didn't. And so the first player marker is going over to Megan. What is Megan doing? Megan is going antiquing. Megan and Ross, her store clerk, are running around with a shotgun antiquing right now. Let's see what happens. We haven't done a lot here yet. So, Artifact of Doom. I can't imagine this is good. As you reach for it, you swear you hear, don't touch that. Roll a d6. Okay. Let's roll that d6 and have some fun with this item. So we're going to roll, let's see, a 4. 3 to 4. Make an agility check. If you fail, take 1d3 damage. Okay. Let's do that. We're going to make an agility check. She's only got an agility of 1. She fails. She takes a d3 of damage. A 2. So she took a couple of points of damage trying to outrun something or other. I don't know what it was. What did it say it was? Oh, the Artifact of Doom attacked us for d3 damage. Man, if we had done that, we would have... if you failed to dash it... Oh, this would have been bad, actually. I'm glad we didn't do the other ones. That was the least problematic thing that we could have done on that card. So that's good. All right, then we're going to go to Lori. Lori's still trying to tap out the general store. I think she's going to do it again. Let's stay there for just a hot minute. The consumer undead event. You turn down the aisle into the grocery section of the store. You are hungry and want to find something to eat. Unfortunately for you, something else had the same idea. This creature spots at you and comes right at you. The consumer. The consumer has 4 dice, so there's her dice, and we have 4 dice. So we're 4 to 4 right now. Let's see what we can do. We did poorly. It got 1 hit, but we get to re-roll 2 dice of ours. So we're going to re-roll 2 of our 4 dice, and so we neutralized that the consumer. I can escape and put that in the discard pile, I guess. Or I can fight it again. Let's fight it again. We'll beat it with our rerolls. I think we can do it. 2 and 3 and 1. So we're actually going to take damage. I get 2 rerolls. I'm going to have 2 successes. And we bounced again. Wow. I have a feeling that should be the end of it. Because it's just supposed to be 1 fight round, right? No, it says you can escape. Yeah, I don't know. Different thing. I think we'll go again. See if we can defeat this thing and get it out of here. It got 1. We got 1. We just need 1 more. We get to roll 2 dice again. No. Wow. I'm going to say we're done with that. That's ridiculous. All right. So we'll put that back. I mean, we evaded it so many times. I think we're good. And I don't believe you keep going. I'm going to look at, just to be sure, I'm going to look at the combat. I don't want to cheat, but I also don't want to have an ongoing thing that just never seems to end. An event. So I think the combat is just 1 combat round. I'm going to look at the rules again. Nope, we either choose to go on or we escape. So we're going to choose to go on because I think we got a terrible chance of beating it. Okay, there's 3 hits from it, 2 from us. We get to re-roll these 2 and we bounced again. So, man, she is duking it out with the consumer. Let's see what we can get. Okay, this is good. We hit it and it did nothing. So finally we take down the consumer. No damage to us. Also no benefit to us. No clues. Nothing. Just gone. That was her first action in the general store. She might as well go again. She's not going to move. It won't benefit her at this moment. Since she's a pretty good fighter, let's go. A flashlight. Okay, a sturdy looking flashlight sits on the shelf marked 50% off today. You feel that this just might come in handy. Attach the flashlight to gain +1. You can detach the flashlight to throw it at an enemy for 1d3 damage. We're just going to put that. She can't equip it because she has a sledgehammer. But she can give it to somebody if they want to come take it from her. And that might be really good for Megan, who has a terrible ability to spot things. Her perception is very low because this adds +1 to perception. But that would be both her items, the shotgun and the perception. That's not a bad thing for her, actually. That may be what happens, though Megan's already gone. So we're going to go to now Sydney, the librarian. She is in the forest, and we're going to draw our first forest card. So I'm going to give it a quick shuffle and see what we get. I did shuffle these, but I just like double down before I start drawing cards. What do we get? Park Ranger. Attach the Park Ranger to gain +1 combat. Holy moly, girl, you're doing good. Everybody likes Sydney. I don't think there's a limit to how many allies that we can have traipsing around with us. But if we get in the wrong spot, that could be problematic. So now she's got a base combat of 3 with the Park Ranger with her. And she's got a huge perception. This is getting to a point where she might be the one to try and really take on our slasher. She's doing good. Now, you know what? If I trade with her the hammer or the shotgun, she is going to be the best combatant. And she's got a clue, so she can nail the slasher with some clues. That was a very good draw for us. However, she was last to go, so here we are with our slasher's turn. She always comes back. She always comes back to the slasher. If the slasher is killed while she always comes back is attached, the slasher removes. She always comes back from the game and heal her 1d6 wounds. Well, that's not great. So we have two things attached to her. We have she always comes back and the improved weapon, improvised weapon. But the good news is she didn't attack us. So we'll live with that. And her deck, how many cards? I think you're allowed to see how many cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Uh-oh, that doesn't belong there. 15, 16, 17. 17 health left. So if we can do a massive attack using our librarian, or we just give the park ranger over to the final girl, does that matter? I think it equates to the same thing. No, because of the clue ability. Yeah, we wanted to give it to her because of this quick study ability. She can spend a clue, reduce, but we need 2 clues because we have to draw the slasher into a fight. So we got to get some clues going. Anyway, first player marker is going to move to the final girl, Lori, and we're going to get on with her turn. She is still at the hardware store. I think she's spent her time at the hardware store for now. I think she's going to move somewhere and do some trading with somebody. All right. I don't want to get rid of the coin, so I can't really trade the... I don't want to trade the hammer. Maybe I'll trade the flashlight off to Megan. That would be good. Megan is in the antique store, so she's going to do that. So final girl Lori is going to move to the antique store where she connects with Megan. She goes, hey, I can't really use this. I got this heavy hammer that I really like, but you can have a flashlight. So she does a trade action for her second turn. And that's going to be the end of her turn. That was both of her actions. So then we're going to go on to Sydney. She is still in the forest. Question of the day. Does she move now to Megan and try and trade for the shotgun? And we all end up in the antique store together, or does she stay here? And I think she's going to stay here and draw a forest card. Let's see what we can get here. A club. See this? Maybe we didn't need to move. A knotted and gnarled piece of wood lies on the ground. Make a perception check to see if you can use this as a weapon. If you succeed, it looks like it could be used to cause some damage. Attach the club and gain +1 combat. And you may re-roll one of your dice. Wow, that is really good. But we have to see if we can spot it. Here's the good news. It's perception. 3, 4, 5. So if she doesn't make this, she's got the best chance of doing it. Let's see if she can pull it off. Wow, she made it big time. So now we have 2 items. And this is what we can have attached right now. So we can have 2 items. Boom, there. Now if I go and that's only +1 damage. If I trade her with the shotgun, right? Or the shotgun, then she can have, no, because she already has the coin in the club. Yeah, we swap. We give the club to Megan. She takes the shotgun, and then with her special ability, she can wallop on the slasher with some clues. I think that's the right move for us. So for her second action, she is going to join the ladies for a powwow at the antique store. But that's the end of her actions. Now we're going to go on to Megan. Megan's already at the antique store, so I think before she trades her stuff away, she's going to draw a card. Hopefully it doesn't end her turn. Puzzle box. An ornate box lies on the shelf. Roll 1d6. Okay, let's go do that. Roll high. A 5. That's probably pretty good. Let's see. 5 and 6. Pass puzzle box to another player who must roll for this event. We're going to pass it to the librarian because there's a good chance it is a perception check. So we're going to pass it to Sydney. We're all there. Makes sense, right? Well, and she can fight. So hopefully we get the 1 or 2. A 3. Uh-oh. You open the box, releasing a horrifying demon. It's got 5 dice to attack. Wow. Okay, well, that's not the way I'd planned that, but that's okay. So Sydney has to fight a demon. She's going to have 3 dice and a reroll. Oh, sorry, 4 dice. So we're doing pretty good there. And the demon's going to have 5 dice. So let's hope we can battle it out with this demon and live. Oh, look, so far we are tied. Now, we do have one reroll, right? Yes, we have a reroll. So let's just take this one and reroll it. I rolled a 5, so we beat the demon. That's awesome. It is gone. It doesn't give us anything, though. We just win. So at least we didn't take any damage. Our librarian is doing quite well. Okay, and then for the second action, we're going to trade the club with Megan and give Sydney the shotgun. Now, what does that do? See, let's look here now. We're going to have a 2, plus this gives her a 2, so that's 4, plus the Park Ranger, that's 5 dice. If we can get another clue and we can get the slasher into our area, we're going to do a walloping, because we can drop the slasher's attack by the level of our perception, which is 3, 4, 5 as well. So we can drop the slasher down to 2 dice. Maybe we won't kill it, but we can certainly do some serious damage there. Okay, however, that is everybody's turn. So now it's time for our slasher to do her thing. Let's see what she gets. You can't hide. The slasher does 1d3 damage to all players in the starting area. This is, again, that nothing happens. That is fantastic. We are just whittling away at the slasher. All right, with that said, I think I'll do one more turn, y'all, and then we'll call it an episode. So we're going to pass this on to our librarian, Sydney. She will be the first player. She is in the antique shop. I wonder if I can lure out the slasher. Let's try that. We're going to go to the cabin. So Sydney is the red token. She's going to the cabin. Come on, Sydney. Let's see what you get. Now it says that the villain is at the cabins at the beginning of the villain turn. He's not. The villain shuffles one random card from the villain discard pile back so it can heal at the cabin. Hasn't happened yet. We're good. Okay, what do we get? Lawn darts. Some games were banned because they were deemed dangerous. You find one such game. Attach lawn darts to gain +1. Put 4 counters on the lawn darts. As an action, you may remove a counter. If you do, deal 1d3 damage to a villain or enemy. Oh my gosh! Well, she can't. She's got 2 items right now, so she's going to have to not attach that for the moment. But that could be very powerful for us. The thing is, I want to reduce it. I really can't afford to get rid of any items that we have. Because the Nazi coin does count as an item. The shotgun counts as an item. That's our 2 items. And then we have the medium and the Park Ranger. So I can't attach that. But nobody can attach it right now. We're full up. We can't attach that. But we got to. I think it might be worth giving that to somebody else for the action of the darts. But we'll see. Anyway, it says to put how many tokens on there? As an action, if you do. Okay. Put 4 counters. So we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4. Now those are not clues, and we have to remember they are just counters, but it has not been used yet, so we're okay there. That was a really good turn for her at the cabin. I like that. The villain's not there though, so we're okay. Megan, she's got 2 items, but they're okay. She does get now a better perception because of the flashlight, and we can throw the flashlight too. I think we're going to stay there and check some stuff out. Wild Bill's rifle. See, this is why we stayed. And in one of the locked cases is a valuable piece of that was unexpected in the small Slaughterville shop. The shopkeeper tells you that this is the famed rifle of Wild Bill himself. He offers it to you in trade. You may detach 3 items. How do we detach 3 items if we can only carry 2? If you do, attach Wild Bill's rifle to gain +2 and re-roll up to +2 dice in enemy location. It counts as 2 item cards. So we actually can't do that. So we're going to have to discard that for now. We don't have 3 items to attach from. So I guess you can have more. Like right now, Sydney has 3 items. She has the coin, the shotgun, and the darts. So she could have done that. But this, I think she's fine with what she's got. And I should look at the shotgun again. It does not count as 2 items, right? Equipment. Oh, it does. Oh, man. So I have to get rid of the Nazi. I have to detach the Nazi coin as well. So I'll do that. That means her perception's a 4 instead of a 5. That's still pretty good. And still will hurt the slasher quite a bit. All right. And then we're going to have our final girl, Lori. Lori is at the... I think she's going to go to the cabin. No, she's not. She's kind of hurt. She could use some health. I think for her first action, she's yellow. She's going to move up to the entrance to Slaughterville, and she's going to roll a die and heal some damage. She rolled a 2. Boop, 2. So that's going to get rid of 2 of her damage. She had 3. So there she is. And then that is the end of all their turns. So we're going to go back to the Slasher now. Slasher's been a little coy, hiding in the shadows and not attacking us. She's out there. This is one of the events. All players must make a nerve check. If any of the players fails either check, he or she panics. Any player that ends up at the cabin must engage in a single fight round with the Slasher. Okay. Well, actually, I almost hope that that ends up being Sydney. But we're going to roll for each of our characters. So we'll start with the first player is Sydney. So she's got a nerve of 2. So she's going to roll 2 dice. Let's see if she succeeds. Oh, she does not. Now, I was hoping she would because she'd stay at the cabin. She still could end up at the cabin. She does not. She ends up in the forest. Okay, next up we're going to have Megan. Megan has she's pretty powerful with the brains, the nerve. She's also got the store clerk for some support. So she actually rolls 4 dice. She did succeed, so we're okay there. And then final girl, Lori, she has got a nerve of 2, plus the cat helps her with her nerves, giving her a 3rd dice. She failed as well, so she panicked and did move to the where she's in the Slaughterville, so she moves to the cabin. Wow, she panicked and moved to the cabin, which means she ended up at the cabin and has to fight a single fight round with the villain. Boom. Okay, let's do it. It doesn't say the Slasher moves to the cabin. It says we just engage in a single fight round, so I don't know if that's the case. I'm going to double check that just to be sure, but we do know that we got a lot of dice for our villain. All right, we got 7. So let's go down to Lori's sheet. And am I glad we healed her up. There's her 4 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to re-roll 1 more of those when we roll for the villain. And then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. And we get a re-roll. So here we go. Let's hope we can pull it off. Come on. Come on, Lori. Let's do some damage here. So the villain got 1. We don't have any, but we get to roll 2 dice. Re-roll 2 of these dice. So let's put these aside. And we got 1. So we bounced. Single fight round. Villain goes back. That's the end of that action right there. So that was it. Man, bummer. I was really hoping we could do some damage to the villain, but we did not. We're actually, I don't know if we're doing well or not, to be honest. This game's going to turn on us really quick if we can't do that. But like I said, that marks the end of this episode. So thanks again for watching. Thanks again for subscribing. I gotta end this episode anyway because my battery started running low on my camera. So I got to take care of that. And then we'll get back around to playing some more Slaughterville. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe on our channel. And I will talk to you in the next episode.